Welcome back, everybody. I'm Dorothy Morgan, and I'm a professional astrologer. I'm also an angel healing practitioner and a Reiki master teacher. Today, we are going to talk about the new moon in Taurus, which is on May 13th, and it is at 9:04 p.m. Eastern Time. Now, before the new moon, so before May 13th, we still have Mercury retrograde, so if you're hearing this before May 11th, so the main energy that we have before this new moon is sticking with what we know, but the energy around us also wants us to change everything. So this is going to be a bit of a mixed bag for a few days surrounding this new moon, and especially with Mercury going stationary and then direct just before the new moon. The new moon is in a fixed sign, and with that we feel we're very stuck. We know there needs to be change in our lives, but we just can't seem to break through it. I know some people are feeling this internally. We're feeling that there are big changes on the horizon, but we just can't put our fingers on what those changes may be. Some of us fear this, so we seek information from every outside source that we can, looking for information that will give us direction. But the thing that we really need to be doing is we need to be going and examining our own world and finding our answers within. Once Mercury moves forward on May 11th, we will have the rest of May to break through some of the issues that we've been feeling in our lives over the last month or so. With this new moon in place, on May 13th, what we need to do is we need to, it's actually going to be a relatively easy evening because it doesn't start happen till late in the night. And some of the things that we want to look into is trusting ourselves and trusting what we see and hear, especially if we end up doing meditations and rituals before this new moon comes into place. And I'd recommend that if you get to hear this before the new moon hits. Most people are pretty in tune with life, so you'll probably be doing this naturally, organically, without even realizing that it's a good thing to do. We do have a mutable T-square in the chart for the new moon, which means we can change and set into place the situations or things that have been bothering us. We can move these obstacles out of the way. T-squares can be difficult, but when they're all in mutable energy, that means we recognize immediately what the issue is, and then we can move out of that into something that feels much more freer. So this is the advantage that we have with this new moon, even though could be a little, oh boy, let's see, just a little tough beforehand. As soon as this new moon hits, we're all going to have the energy that we need so we can move ourselves forward. So what does a Taurus new moon want us to focus on? It wants us to focus on our self-esteem, valuing ourselves, treating ourselves with things like good food, physical comforts, and yes, even more money. So it's perfectly fine to want your life to be more comfortable than it has been in the past. Taurus is an earth sign, so appreciation, gratitude, getting closer to nature, satisfaction, being contented are all Taurus energies that we can bring more of into our lives during this full moon. Oh, no, new moon. We can also build solid foundations with this Taurus energy. Persistence is on the list as well. Progressing step by step. Thoroughness and perseverance. So as you can see, there are many things we can focus on with this new moon to bring the change and comfort back into our lives. So if you've been following along with new moon rituals, here's a few sample ideas on what you can write down for your goals and wishes for this month. So get a pad of paper or your notebook that you've been using for new moon rituals. And what you can do is start writing your list down. No more than 10, do at least 3. You can read them aloud every day. I was told by a client of mine that she reads hers aloud every day, and she feels that works best for her. She's validating her goals, her wishes. Some people like to just fold that notebook up once these rituals are written down, and you don't look at them again until you open it up for the next new moon. It's up to you. It's your choice, free will, what you feel is best. Do date your list and keep your wishes separate from each other. So let's start. Some of the sample wishes you can use, just something to get your imagination going. So I easily find myself taking the time to build solid foundations that I can depend on in every area of my life. I easily find myself slowing down and doing each task with thoroughness. I easily find myself being thankful for the things I have in my life. I easily find myself enjoying the simple things in my life. I allow all self-sabotaging energies around money totally lifted from me. I easily find myself cooking healthier meals. I easily see the value in the things I do every day. And the final one that I truly feel is the most important with a new moon in Taurus is I value me in every way. It's important that we value who we are and what we do. Be very specific on this one. So for me, I truly value the astrology knowledge I share with the world, and I know others value it too. That would be an example that I would use. So we have 48 hours after the new moon each month to write down our wishes and goals. The best time is within 8 hours, if that's possible for you. But within 48 hours is fine. So you'll see it on the screen. For this month, our time frame for working with the new moon begins at 9:04 p.m. on May 13th through 8:28 a.m. on May 14th. At that point, the moon goes void, of course, for just under an hour. So we need to do nothing in that 1 hour time period. After 9:18 a.m. on May 14th, the moon enters Gemini, and we're clear for the remaining time through 9:04 p.m. on May 15th. All of these things for peak results. It's on the screen. Hit pause if you need to. You can write it down. So I recommend that you all do these new moon rituals this week, as it will assist you in making your life easier for you to move forward. I would also like to direct you to my website, naturalrightscharms.com, and you can go there and you can read the new moon forecast for yourself. There's also links in the menu bar where you can go and see the other services that I have. I do readings, angel readings, astrology readings. I'm also getting ready to start a mentorship program. If anybody out there is interested in having one-on-one time with me, you please just email me directly, and that's anonamorgan@comcast.net. Email me and let me know of your interest, and I'll be getting that on the website as soon as Mercury gets out of my 12th house. And thank you very much for listening. I appreciate all of you. Blessed be.